How do you catch this exception? This code is in django/db/models/fields.py. It creates/defines an exception. This is in. It raises the set exception above. The problem is that this code won't catch that exception. And raises an attribute. A column module object has no attribute. Related object does not exist. Which is probably why
if your related model is called foo, you can just do. Django is amazing when it's not terrifying. Related object does not exist is a property that returns a type that is figured out dynamically at runtime. That type uses self.field.rel.to.doesnotexist as a base class. According to Django documentation, doesnotexist exception model.doesnotexist. These exception is raised by the ORM when an expected object is not found. For example, query set.get will raise it when no object is found for the given lookups. Django provides a doesnotexist exception as an attribute of each model class to identify the class of object that could not be found, allowing you to catch exceptions for a particular model class. The exception is a subclass of Django.core.exceptions.object doesnotexist. This is the magic that makes that happen. Once the model has been built up, self.field.rel.to.doesnotexist is the does not exist exception for that model.
If you don't want to import the related model class, you can. Or where related_field is the field name.
Let's say we have the following models. You can get a related object doesnotexist exception with main model.related. You have three options for catching this exception, which you can find by looking at ._class_dot_mrow_ of the exception. Main model.related object doesnotexist, related model.doesnotexist, django.core.exceptions.object doesnotexist. Main model.related object doesnotexist. Related object doesnotexist is what the question is looking for, but is specific to a nullable one-tune field. Related model.doesnotexist. Model.doesnotexist is the parent class of related object doesnotexist. To catch it requires you to be able to import the model in question, but is a more generically useful code pattern. Django.core.exceptions.object does no textist. Object does no textist is the parent class of model.doesNoTexist. This will catch this exception for any model, which is helpful if you don't know what model will raise the exception.
The related object does no textist exception is created dynamically at runtime. Here is the relevant code snippet for the forward minitune descriptor and reverse initune descriptor descriptors. So the exception inherits from model name, does no textist and attribute error. In fact, the complete MRO for this exception type is the basic takeaways you can catch: model name, does no textist, object does no textist, import from django.core.exceptions, or attribute error, whatever makes the most sense in your context.
If you want to see more, please consider subscribing.